Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mebois Podcast, episode 9. It's your boy, Josh,
And Ray.
and number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. We were just talking about that before the podcast. And, speaking of negative things, Ray, I feel like lately, in our personal lives and on the podcast, I feel like all we've been talking about is the negativity in the world. And it's really harshing my vibe, to be quite frank. And so, you suggested that we look at some positive vibes.
Yeah,
to sort of
to what would be the word? To lift the mood.
I like how I'm just trying to flow into it. And you're like, yeah, number 15. Okay.
To lift our
Yeah.
moods.
Lift our spirits and maybe lower other people's spirits.
Yeah, the people of the page we're gonna be making fun of.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick spoiler alert. I'm not a fan of anyone who says vibes, ironically. But I do everything ironically, so that's also something you can make fun of. But yeah, I wanted to open this page, and I tried not to look at too much of it first. But I just want to look through this and see what pops out to me. The first one is like a fucking...
What's with the leaf?
What? Is that like a weed thing?
Could it be?
Or,
Is that the best way
vibes
to get positive vibes?
That's how you raise your vibration high enough to... Actually, you know what this is just reminding me of? This is reminding me of that Cody Co video. That's just it's him and Noel reacting to the You video.
I couldn't watch that whole thing.
No?
No,
It's great.
It was too cringy for me.
Like the constant moaning sounds
Yeah, it's just
and the dirty fingernails.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it was like the first one. I couldn't sit through the whole video.
Anyway, let me get back on track. So the first three, those are pretty generic quotes.
Yeah.
Whatever. The first one that struck me is just the one that says, "You are not too old and it's not too late." It's like, what the hell are you talking about, man?
I mean, chances are old people aren't looking at this page.
I mean, that's true, yeah.
You just have someone who's old and on their deathbed looking through Instagram, and they stumble upon this page and they see that post.
And they try to get out of bed and they fall and break their hip. Fucking, I'm looking at the comments or whatever, and all the top ones don't make any sense to me. I simply love how easy you make the whole concept of learning. Who are they talking to? What is going on? I don't think they're replying. I mean, I don't use Instagram, so I don't know exactly how this works, but what are they learning?
There's one comment. The guy just says, "Yes, I am, and yes, it is."
Fair enough, man. Beautiful Nubian queen comments, "Love this positive vibrations." Also, it's not beautiful, it's beautiful Nubian queen.
I'm not seeing the same comments you are.
No?
No.
Oh, maybe we're seeing different ones. Okay, well, Sharon Bullard says, age is jump and skip and smile when you love your life.
Oh, I see that one.
Smiley face.
She's old.
I just clicked on her profile. She's old. I have whimsical wit and good sense of humor. I love nebulas, quantum physics, and stargazing. Oh, she probably fucking likes astronomy, dude. Astrology, rather. That's all she does. She does love astronomy, apparently. And then, yeah, the next one too, because like it's literally just it's just a it's just a fortune cookie, right? Before the month is out, you will receive great news.
Yeah, it is a fortune cookie. Maybe that's how they got all these. They just opened fortune cookies and turned them into Instagram posts.
Oh, I opened the fortune cookie the other day. I'm trying to remember what it said. It said positive vibes only. I can't fucking remember what it said.
It was just a picture of the leaf.
It was just a picture of me. I was like, oh. I was like, you make it so easy to learn something. So what the top comment is, I did already. Someone will teach me something very special. God is good. What are they talking about? What's being taught? And someone's just begging for follows, and they say they have new quotes every day.
Yeah,
Diamond feelings.
A lot of people going, yes, 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 I wish, yes.
God, the quotes on this person's page are awful. Yeah, it's mostly just people saying, yes, totally agree, because they don't want to like get bad luck and have the good news not happen.
Yeah. Oh, here's a quote I like. If I go a bit more down, it's the quote is, they were robbing the house until the dog scared them away.
Dude, even positive vibes quotes is falling into the trap of Instagram comedy. Why are they dressed like this?
Be such a good soul that people crave your vibes.
Dude, that's sexual. That's gone sexual, dude. It's fucking craving my vibes.
You ever crave anyone's vibes?
Sorta, yeah.
I guess it does make sense, actually. Now we're understanding where they're coming from.
Yeah, I my vibrations rising to this level, man. Watch out your positive way without any granted feedback.
Where's that from?
That's just a comment on the, like, most of these people are literally brain dead, I have to say. Like, they're just going on to positive vibes quotes and just posting like absolutely nothing. They're posting like what they thought of on their last acid trip.
This is what makes their day, you know. They're having a bad day, they look at this, then they have a good day. Then they can...
They're having a bad day, and it says...
go kill yourself.
And it says... I'm sure one of those will say that. Fuck, I lost it. Where is it? Oh, yeah, before the month is out, you'll receive great news. Wait, I didn't even realize it was before the month is... That's a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's giving yourself, like, a decent amount of, like, leeway.
It's giving yourself something to look forward to. Imagine not hearing any good news for an entire month. I don't want to gloss over the next one, though, because it says the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. That's just false. Actually, they're always the same brightness.
Yeah, also, what if you're in the city?
That's true. You'll never see them, even if it's real dark. But one person here says, true, we can't always control what happens to us, but we control how we respond. Unrelated.
This is about astrology.
How do we respond? By creating bright stars? We don't have that fucking power, dude. The next one just says, don't stumble over something behind you. That's good advice.
What if you're walking backwards?
One of these should one of these should just say, look out. And the top comment here is, you can make up to $5,000 every week by trading with Trade with George. He has helped me and my family a lot. I'm glad you can sleep through the night, is the next comment.
What?
I don't know. Hi, hello. I need positive people in my life. Most deaf. Hit me up if you want mutual hyping up and friendship.
Most Def, like the rapper?
Yeah, she was actually saying if she's got a Jesus meme.
Oh boy. Is it the one of
I hope
Jesus
you-
fucking Christ? That's my favorite Jesus meme.
No, it's. I don't want to say what it is, but next one is just get comfortable with being alone. I mean, thanks.
I found one for you. If you scroll
You
down
say
a
something?
bit-
I think you broke up.
Oh no, I found one for one that's for you. So it says,
All right.
you can go to the gym, drink water, take vitamins, but if you don't deal with the things going on in your heart, you will never be healthy.
Dude, it's like it's someone like just specifically talking to someone who has heart disease, and then you're like, and make sure you don't trip behind you.
Yeah, at the gym.
Well, I mean, you skipped right over. This is what happens when two dogs meet each other.
When they meet each
Oh,
other,
they're
just,
doing
just
stupid-
vibes, just you know.
Dude, that's why dogs are best friends with humans, because they've got such good energy.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is what they're teaching them. Everyone you meet will have something to teach you.
Not true.
And the top comment is Shalabaga Nurchukana. I don't know what language that is, but I'm sure I'm butchering it. You'll fall asleep with a lesson every night of your life. Please follow my page for some spicy daily motivation.
What's that from?
That's someone commenting on everyone you meet will have something to teach you.
Oh.
The thing is, like, I'm not getting very positive vibes because, like, every person is just asking people to follow their page. That's not very chill of you.
No, they're just looking for that clout, bro.
A woman who reads is a... Wait, I can't read. A woman who reads is gold to a man who thinks.
What about a man who reads and the woman who thinks?
Nice reversal. I was just like... I had nothing to say to that. But I like... The first thing that struck me is like reading and thinking is like the bare minimum, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It should be.
like yeah, this comment's like, lol, okay, so both don't do both. Imagine just not reading.
Ever.
Just read a book, dude. Just go up to it like an illiterate person. Bro, just read. If you read, you are gold to a man who thinks. I just like to imagine an illiterate woman getting together with a brain dead man. Like literally like catatonic. And she's like, I'm gold to him. You'd be like silver or some shit. Oh, this next one's good actually. There's no traffic when you create your own lane. Highly dangerous.
Yeah, that's a traffic violation. Oh, man. The sweetest revenge is self-growth.
I mean, that's if I haven't heard what
If I haven't heard...
these are making
What?
This is turning me into a man. This is turning me into a man who doesn't think. That's like a very teenage girl thing to say, I think.
Yeah.
Well, also I guess adult person thing to say, because I think I've heard people say that. The same person who criticized the reading thing is saying I'm in love with this. Do you think people are experiencing self-growth by looking at these?
No. These just remind me of like those little posters that people would put up on their high school locker.
Oh, sure, yeah. And then as you walk by, you would fucking smash their head into the locker and you go. I was actually going to say some really nasty things. I almost went back to high school. This one just says, you can be a good person and still say no. That sounds like something I say to somebody when I want them to feel guilty.
It's still possible for you to be a good person and say no.
It's like, so no head.
Smash your phone.
On that note, you don't give forehead kisses to just anyone. I like how they assume that.
Well, that's the thing, right? If this is one person doing all this is one person's opinion on what are positive vibes.
Yeah. How's that a positive vibe?
Yeah, also
It's like,
that. It's not really.
save your forehead kisses for your special one.
Yeah.
That just reminds me of that "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared." You're a special one. You're my special one. Everyone has a special one.
Time is a better. Time is that one, dude.
Time is a
that one like fucked. That scared me. The time one.
What are you, a little bitch? What are you, afraid of your own mortality?
Let me look at positive quotes.
Yeah, right. I bet you people after looking at it was like, oh man, my vibration is really low. I need to fucking raise it by having someone tell me not to kiss someone's forehead. Dude, like I think I've literally kissed your forehead.
Have you?
Yeah. No, but like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was for the vibes.
It's for the fucking. I did it for the Vine. I think that literally was.
This is
I
what
can't remember.
happens when you kiss your bro's forehead.
Yeah. Remember, I was jerking you off and I kissed you on the forehead. No, I can't. I think it was like we were with a couple of people, and it was like some sort of like truth or dare shit.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I think we were like on campus somewhere.
I vaguely recall it.
I vaguely recall your soft touch. Related, at just the right moment, what you've been praying for will happen.
Where's that one?
That's right. That's just right after you don't give forehead kisses to just anyone.
Oh, yeah. That's the second one about shit you pray for. There was one earlier where it was something like when you know that feeling when you pray for something and then you realize it's happening. It just reminds me of that quote from Andy in The Office where he's just like, I wish there was a way to know when you were in the good times or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I applaud any man that at any given moment speaks highly of his woman. What are you saying? Is it
I
property?
was just looking at that. Fucking.
My woman.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, they're just describing like a really annoying guy to be around.
Yeah.
Because like at any given moment, he's going to say like, dude, my girl gives me the dopest fucking head, dude. She's got no gag reflex.
And she's mine.
And you can be a good person and still say no.
Dude, look at the fucking one of the top comments. Why do we have to applaud men for this? Why isn't this the norm yet?
Someone's very upset about that.
More people should speak of their spouses louder.
I want loud men.
Someone just writes, that's a really low standard, Lamau.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weird. Like, I don't know if I don't think I randomly like speak highly of people.
You're giving a speech. Graduated for school.
Yeah, like
talking
talking
about school. By the way, my girl gives bomb ass head.
Yeah, dude. You guys don't even know. I'll send you a video later. That just reminds me of one of our friends now.
Which one? Oh.
Like, yeah, that's exactly the kind of obnoxious person I'm talking about. It's like you're out eating sushi and they'll show you a video of their girl sucking their dick. And it's like, well, I never expected to see your dick ever, actually. But now I'm eating sushi. This is a very specific story. I don't know if it works.
But that's the thing about this. This is all very specific, this Instagram page.
That's true. Well, like the one right above that is, I'm not good at everything I do. I simply do my best. It's like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is this?
I am you.
Now they're talking directly to me. Yeah, they're trying to like put that shit on me. It's like, maybe I am good at everything I do. I don't know.
I pray you find someone who speaks your language, so you don't have to spend a lifetime
Just stop it right
trying
there.
to translate your spirit. Trump, as he kicks people out. I pray you find someone who speaks your language.
I pray you find someone who speaks your language out in the desert. Imagine trying to translate your spirit.
You're like literal spirit, he's ghost.
Yeah, like you're trying to transmit it into like fucking sound waves. This person took it too far.
For which quote?
So it's, I pray you find someone who speaks your language, so you don't have to spend a lifetime trying to translate your spirit. And then this one person says, without saying a word. It's like, well, wait a minute. Why do you have to speak the same language then?
Maybe they're deaf.
I think they're. Oh, this one's another good life lesson of just like being like a decent person. If someone can walk away from you, let them walk. Yeah, dude. Like, don't kidnap people. Don't restrain them.
Maybe there's
one of the comments is one of the comments is just door open successfully. I don't know what that means.
What?
They successfully opened the door.
Someone had a legitimate question. Even in marriage?
They're going through some shit right now. They're looking up good positive quotes to try to save their fucking marriage. Their wife keeps walking away from them.
And she's like, let them walk away. He's like, wait, this is not what I'm here for.
Yeah. So, well, maybe if she can't walk.
Breaks her legs.
Have you... wait, no. Have you even loved or appreciated someone so much that you couldn't even put it into words, period? Are you laughing at this or you're laughing at something else?
I'm thinking of the kid. Have you ever?
Oh, have you ever in your
life
and you could do anything?
That should be one of the quotes.
Yeah, that's basically what this one is. And then the comments are just people like tagging people and just being like, "Oh, I thought of you." It's like there's literally a typo in this, and there's two actually. They don't use a question mark. Is that what your love is?
Oh yeah, it's not even a question.
Oh my god, this next one sounds like domestic abuse. What if ... everything you're going through is preparing you for what you asked for? It's like, what if you fucking deserve this, you bitch?
This is the guy like defending himself.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, what if everything you're going through is what you fucking asked for? It's like, if you can walk away, I'll let you walk. One of the comments is just yes, baby.
All thanks to... What the fuck? I thought this was a genuine message. It says, all thanks to Mr. Dominic Eli Noah for making me the happiest woman on earth. And also thanks to God for letting me come in contact with him. Trading in crypto was the last thing I would do because of my passion.
Wait, that's the same comment?
Huh? Yeah, all thanks
trading
to
in crypto
the
part.
Dominic. Also,
I just want to take a minute to praise God for allowing me to trade in crypto. Here's my wallet number.
what the funny thing is?
What?
It said that meeting Dominic Eli Noah made me the happiest woman.
I thought she was like married or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then I click on the profile. It's a dude. His name is Cameron.
Oh, dude, you think he's gay? Grow up, Ray. Only positive vibes here, dude. Remember.
There won't be no positive vibes in hell.
Just negative vibrations.
One of these is like a bad Fleetwood Mac song title.
What's that?
Get out of your own way.
That one seemed very aggressive because also it reminds me of "Don't Trip Over Your Behind."
Don't trip over your behind. People who do not understand your silence will never understand your words.
That's just reminding me of this, the translating the spirit one.
Yeah.
It's like, well, shit, dude, translating my fucking spirit's hard. Like, I don't know if they're gonna understand. Oh man, I wish you had watched that. I wish you had watched that Cody Co video.
I saw like part
one
of
of the lines. One of the lines in there, she's like, I should probably, if this gets left in, I should link it in the description.
Yeah.
But basically, it's just this like fucking hippie couple from California.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's just basically talking about her relationship. And so she's saying to him, you know, I love when you speak. Like, I know words are unnecessary, but, oh no, I know speaking is unnecessary, but words are my love language. So just like fucking speak your truth. I was fucking blown away by that.
Words are my love language.
Words are my love language. What are you, fucking retarded?
Words are language.
Fucking.
What the fuck?
Also, English isn't even a love language, so figure that one out.
It's true.
Of course, she just had to stick and fucking speak your truth in there. This sounds like another thing the abusive boyfriend says after he's beaten his partner. Everyone has a breaking point, but not everyone is aware that it is a choice to remain broken. Get up. and then he says, if you cannot be positive, at least be quiet. Oh my God. Some of these are like very aggressive to me.
Yeah. Adulthood is like losing your mom in the grocery store for the rest of your life.
Adulthood is like losing your mom to cancer. For the rest of your life.
In the grocery store.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Ray's got some cancer. And here we go again with these personal statements. I'm such a look at the moon type of person. What kind of person is that? That's like the man who thinks.
Astrologist.
Fucking, oh wow, the stars are really bright tonight. I guess it's because it's a dark night. I didn't mean to make it a Batman thing, but that's what I was thinking of.
The stars.
Where are they? Oh, they're so bright.
Stars at night are big and bright. It becomes a poster, like a pro Texas post.
The state of Texas. Don't be afraid of being different. Be afraid of being the same as everyone else.
Don't be a fair. Don't be a fair.
Yeah.
Don't be a
like
fair of being different.
I think the people who write this, be different. Stay truthful to your partner. Be different.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
And now they're just repeating them. You are far too smart to stand in your own way.
If you break someone and they still wish the best, you've lost the best thing to ever happen to you.
What?
If you break someone and they still wish you the best, you've lost the best.
Oh, I see. God, these are all a couple of thinkers in here. Because, you know, they were good. They were a good person because even when they're hurt, they wish you the best. Top comment I see here. Apologize me.
She's Indonesian.
Oh, man.
I can tell from her name.
I mean, I looked at the picture.
Apologize me.
I like apologizing. I was about to say I like apologize being a verb, and that's what it fucking is. I'm an idiot. I just like it. I just like apologize being an action verb, like you're doing this to someone.
Also, apologize me also because you put Batman in my head. Apologize me.
Being single at 32 simply means that you've statistically avoided your first divorce.
No.
You couldn't have been divorced. You were single the whole time.
You are divorced from single people. Oh, here's one from Keanu Reeves. He contributed to this page.
Oh, wow. Actually, he's the one who's running the whole thing.
The The concept of the Matrix isn't much different from our reality. We wake up, carry out habits, and go to sleep, only to wake up and do it again. It's like you exist, but don't feel alive.
How is this motivating me?
You're in the Matrix. It's a cool movie.
That fucking sucks, dude. So I should jump off a building and I'll get that weird bouncy.
Yeah. Right after that is Al Capone.
Fucking. This is just another quote from The Abusive Boyfriend. Classy is when you have a lot to say but remain silent.
None of the quotes in this post are like kind of are positive, really.
This is sort of about silence.
Silence and going at it alone.
I just scrolled down like a little bit and it says, when you are angry, remain silent.
I don't see that one.
It's like someone fucking just telling somebody to shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. When you are angry, apologize me. I can't take this. Well, I wasn't taking it seriously anymore, but like they're posting positive quotes, sure. But they post this. Don't be sad, because sad backwards is DOS, and DOS is not good.
It's not even an original joke.
No.
To heal a wound, you need to stop touching it.
Who's woo?
This is fucking medical. I mean, fair enough. That's what my girl says when she doesn't want to have sex. I'm not saying like. Never mind.
No, continue.
If you don't have something positive to say, remain quiet.
Apologize me.
I was using like some people say like they use like knife wound for vagina. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean like she fucking. Anyway, I'm physically feeling ill now from just reading all these. I think I should stop.
So there it is. Positive quotes.
Yeah, positive vibes, dude. All around. Yeah, I was gonna mention speaking of positive vibes, I've been playing Sekiro a good bit lately.
That would never give me positive vibes.
Oh yeah, you'd probably hate it. Well, because you just played Neo, right? For like a little bit. Did you play any of like the Souls games?
I tried Souls and I tried Bloodborne too. I played more Bloodborne than I did Souls, but it was also still not that much.
And you didn't like Bloodborne?
It was, I mean, in terms of gameplay and everything, it was fun. That was cool. It's just, I was sick of dying.
What I find funny is that a lot of, I've noticed like a lot of people I've seen playing it, like streamers and whatnot, feel the obligation to put on a Japanese accent when they say Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Which I just find kind of, yeah, basically like that. It's just like, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Well, I feel like people do that for everything.
Sometimes, I guess. It's just very weird. Because, like, for some words, it makes sense, I think. Like, some words, I do sort of do it with an accent just because, like, it's hard to pronounce in English. But Sekiro is, like,
Parmesan.
That's very easy to do in English. Parmesan. Accent when I say Parmesan, no.
I know we have a
Parmesan.
mozzarella. I hate when people do that. I mean, I haven't experienced it, but I think I would hate when you go to a restaurant with someone and it's like, oh, let me get some fresh mozzarella.
Oh yeah, people do that.
Or even when people talk about countries, you know, I remember I was talking about Qatar with someone and they're like Qatar. I'm like, excuse me.
And you said excuse, and you said bless you. Talk about guitar. It's like.
I remember I was watching a Steven Crowder video. He was responding to Lily Singh, Superwoman,
Yeah.
And it was that video where she was responding to the haters. And then she said, she's mentioning countries and whatever. She's like, and there's Afghanistan, Pakistan. And then the crowd just kept making fun.
It's funny. Like, I think that's one of the things I do consciously too, where it's like, because I think generally I've said Pakistan, but then like being around people from there, they do like the sound. So I do that a bit. Although I don't think that's really an accent so much. It's just a different way to.
I mean, that's how they pronounce it, which I guess it's the correct way since it's their country. And
what do they know? But Sekiro. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Sekiro.
Sekiro, a very good game.
Oh, it's very good. Oh God!
In Japan, heart surgeon #1.
Steady hand.
Dude, I know we keep distracting your Sekiro point, but that scene it seems so dubbed to me.
Does it?
Yeah, it doesn't seem natural. I don't know why.
And you mean dubbed as in like voiced over?
Yeah.
I never noticed. I mean, maybe it is.
It seemed a little off.
Sekiro. It's good though. It's good. I think generally that's been the response to it too, is that it is good. I think because I had been asked basically like, where do I put it in the whole Soulsborne series? Like, where do I rank it? Because I mean, now there's Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. Although, I mean, Sekiro is like a bit different than all of those. I mean, Bloodborne's different than all of them too. It's sort of in the same vein. But I think I liked it a good bit, and I beat the game, but like there's, you can do New Game Plus and all that. I haven't gotten all the achievements. But I'd probably rank it. I know you didn't fucking ask me for this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Go for it.
To rank this Soulsborne series, if we're including Sekiro, I'd probably put it from best to worst. I'd probably put it Demon Souls, just because that one's very close to my heart and I love playing it. Dark Souls, Sekiro, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2.
I always thought Bloodborne was your favorite game.
No. I was never a huge fan of Bloodborne, and it was kind of why I thought I might not like Sekiro.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, the theme of Bloodborne is sort of like, I mean, obviously, like, it's really high fantasy, not high fantasy, I don't think that's the right word for it, but it's very fantasy-like, and, it's all about dreams and whatnot, but it's got, like, a very, the style is like the style, like the characters and whatnot, is sort of like colonial. I don't know how to exactly say it, but like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I was never really into that style very much. And then also the combat is different than like the Souls series, just because, it's pretty much entirely dependent on dodging, whereas in Dark Souls and whatnot, you could actually block it and all that. And just in general, it's faster paced and a different kind of combat style. Sekiro kind of takes that step further because now there's not really dodging. There is a dodge button, but it's not very effective. And generally what it's about is just, actual sword play. For the button that's usually traditionally block in these games is now, it is a block, but it's with your sword. But if you time it correctly, it's deflect.
Right.
And so enemies have like traditional health or vitality, but how you kill them is by basically breaking their posture. And you do that by, deflecting attacks properly and hitting them properly and whatnot. And then you get like a finishing move. It sort of reminds me of God of War, something like that, where there's like finishing moves and sort of cinematics like that.
Mm-hmm.
But visually, the fights are great, and then also gameplay wise, I have enjoyed it. And the story's pretty good too. It's got like actually a pretty straightforward story, which is sort of a departure from their other games where you sort of had to discover the story through like items and stuff. It's got like a pretty straightforward story. I think there's like 4 endings or something. I've only gotten 1 so far, but I think my first run was like 28 hours or something, and I pretty much did everything.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. It sounds pretty quick if it's 28.
I mean, 28's not bad. I think I probably had like a similar amount of time my first run in other like Souls-like games.
Right.
And I mean, not to brag, but I am pretty good. It's actually funny because
It's funny how good I am.
Yeah. So like in the Souls games, you get souls from killing enemies and whatnot, and you use those to level up and also buy things or whatever. In Sekiro, there's not really leveling up like that. So basically, there's like 2 ways to get more powerful. When you kill like bosses, you get these memories of them, and you can like reflect on those memories to increase your attack power,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is kind of cool because it's sort of like, when you reflect on the battles that you've had, it makes sense that would make you stronger because you learned something from that or whatever.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. And then also there's like sub bosses or like mini bosses that are just like stronger regular enemies that can give you prayer beads. And if you put 4 prayer beads together, that increases your vitality and posture. So that's another way to get stronger. So there's no like traditional levels or anything, like, level up. But actually what I found, especially early on, is I had an easier time. The mini bosses were harder. A lot of them were harder to me than the actual bosses. I think the first like 3 bosses in the game I beat first time without dying.
Mm-hmm.
So subtle flex there for you. But that's probably also why that it didn't take me too long to beat the game. I did get stuck on a couple of things, but generally I felt pretty confident with it.
Generally, I kept my vibes positive and worked through it.
Yeah, just positive vibes. And it took me a while to get used to the combat, but once I did, it became a lot easier. And you can amplify the difficulty in later runs too by doing like hard mode and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely think if people enjoy
Souls.
oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, one of the reasons I thought I wouldn't like it was just because like I'm usually not too much of a fan of like
Japanese people.
yeah, it's just like they're just dirty.
That's the weirdest thing to joke about.
Yeah, I don't think that's a stereotype at all.
No.
If anything, I think it's probably stereotyped the opposite. But
Yeah.
no, it's just like I'm not usually a fan of like, I can't say anything now without sounding racist actually. But I'm just not a fan of like the Eastern aesthetic, like visually.
Or samurai games in general, right? you weren't a fan
Yeah.
of.
Well, I mean, going into Neo, I mean, honestly, I think Neo is a bad game. Well, maybe I shouldn't go that far. I didn't like it, and a lot of people didn't like it. But like stylistically, I didn't like it either, just because of like I've always been. People are sort of split on this usually. I've never been a samurai guy. I've been more of a knight guy. I just like that type of armor and that type of combat better.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. But Sekiro kind of surprised me, and I actually ended up liking a lot of the visuals, and the combat ended up being very good. So I'm glad. I mean, I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking I wouldn't even play it day one for a while, just because like. I mean, you'll notice like Dark Souls 3 was like pretty low on the list for me, just because like I was by Dark Souls 3 especially, I was just feeling sort of burnout with that formula.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like more of the same, and it just didn't feel great. But the fact that they've had this departure, and it works well, I'm kind of happy about that, and I'm happy to play a game that's different. I mean, I didn't even explain it all. I mean, there's like, you have this prosthetic arm that has different tools on it. And so you can grapple around with a grappling hook, and then you've got a whole bunch of other tools on there. One criticism I will give the game is that generally, outside of the grappling hook, the prosthetic tools are like not useful.
Mm-hmm.
You're better off like 90% of the time just using your sword. Some of the tools are useful in speedrunning, which I've been watching quite a bit. After I made sure I finished the game first, and then I started watching some speed runs. So some like basically one of the tools or two of them are useful for that, but like most of them are just kind of they just make you worse at combat, so there's no reason to use them. It's kind of weird. And they also limit the number of times you can use tools too, which is kind of annoying.
Like per fight, or
yeah, so basically like it's kind of like in a Souls game, how they limit you with like mana or like number of times you can cast a spell. So like when you rest, it'll replenish. But
right.
I think in Sekiro it's called like spirit emblems. You only have a certain number of them you can carry at once, and so using different tools uses different amounts of spirit emblems, which I think is kind of dumb.
I think Neo had a spirit emblem thing.
Yeah. And that's one thing I should say about criticizing Neo is that I really gave up on a lot of the systems, like most of the skills and stuff, and like the different fighting styles.
Right.
I was just so not into the game that I kind of neglected them.
You just
I still beat it
though. To finish it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was not really having fun. With Sekiro, I did not feel that way. I did have a lot of fun, and I mean, I was frustrated at some points. Sometimes I did just have to walk away for a little bit and come back. But one thing I will say though is I think it has less replayability than, say, a Dark Souls game or even Bloodborne, actually. Which I think Bloodborne, I mean, the step in that direction was like there was only there was a good amount of weapons, but there were much less than that are in Souls games, and the different play styles were a little less different, I think, and like you could use magic, but it was sort of a meme. Like it wasn't really a viable build most of the time. In Sekiro, even more so, there's less variety in play styles, I feel, because you've got your katana, and I mean that's your main weapon. It doesn't change. You can learn different skills, but it's not like you do different builds or anything. It's basically the same every time. And then one thing that could change up combat is the prosthetic tools, but you're limited in use of them. And then also, like, they don't really change your fighting style. And also, you always get all of them. It's not like you have to pick which ones you're going to get. So repeated runs, like I started my second run yesterday, I think. And you definitely feel just more like getting through the game. Like, I don't feel quite as much as a need to replay it as I did the other games. So I think it's going to have less staying power in that sense. But I do think the speed runs are cool. So I'm sure people are going to get a lot of playtime out of that.
You know what the speedrun thing kind of reminds me of? Have you seen those videos where people play Last of Us aggressively?
No.
Those videos are pretty cool. The guy he'll throw a brick
just
at one
running
guy.
At the clickers.
Basically, run the clickers, run at the enemies, throws a brick to one guy, attacks the other, kills the other, then goes to the guy who got hit by the brick. It's pretty dope.